Ever wish you had an AI that just gets you? You know, not some generic chatbot, but a private extension of your own mind, one that's read your notes, your articles, your ideas, and can actually help you connect the dots. Well, today, we're going to dive into how you can build exactly that. It all starts with this awesome idea, the living sweater. It's such a perfect metaphor, right? An AI that's woven from the very threads of your own knowledge, something that fits you perfectly because, in a way, it is you. We're not just building a tool here, we're creating a real intellectual partner. So, what's the big problem we're actually trying to solve? Well, it's just the chaos of our digital lives. I mean, we have these brilliant thoughts, super important documents, articles we've saved, and they're scattered everywhere. Generic AIs, they have no clue about any of that personal context. Just think about it for a second. Your best ideas are probably tucked away in Obsidian notes. Your professional expertise is locked in some PDFs, and your personal thoughts are on Substack. They're all in their own little boxes. This whole project is about knocking down those walls and creating one unified and totally private memory that just works for you. Okay, so how in the world do we make this happen? It really just boils down to two key ideas that work together perfectly. Let's break down the blueprint for a personal AI. So, the main tech behind this is called RAG, which stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me, the idea is incredibly simple. It's basically like giving your AI a personal library to read. So instead of answering from its general knowledge of the internet, it first looks through your documents to find the most relevant stuff, and then it uses that to build you an answer. And this analogy just nails it. The two tools we're going to use, think of AnythingLLM as the super organized librarian. Its only job is to read every single thing you give it and remember exactly where it all is. Then you've got Ollama, the charismatic storyteller. It takes what the librarian finds and uses it to have a smart conversation with you. One is the memory, the other is the voice. Simple as that. And you know what the best part is? You don't need a huge budget or some fancy computer science degree for this. The entire toolkit is totally free, it's open source, and it's built from the ground up to protect your privacy. So here's the most important part. Your data never, ever leaves your computer. Ollama runs the AI models right on your machine, and AnythingLLM is the interface you use to talk to it. That means no internet connection needed, no API keys, no monthly fees, and definitely no big companies scanning your private notes. It is all yours. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually build this thing. I'm going to walk you through the whole process, step by step. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. First up, we need the engine, our storyteller. Just head over to Ollama.com and grab the app for your computer. Once it's installed, open up your terminal or command prompt and type this one simple command, Ollama run llama 3.2. It'll start downloading the model, it's a few gigs, and once you see a chat prompt appear, you are all set for the next step. Okay, next up is the librarian. Pop over to useanythingllm.com and download their desktop app. When you open it up, the very first thing you'll do is create a workspace. This is going to be the new home for your digital brain. Give it a cool name that gets you excited. And this is pretty much what it's going to look like. Super clean, super simple. You're just giving your project a name. This is that private little room where all your files are going to live and start talking to each other. Now, for the magic moment, we have to connect the librarian to the storyteller. Inside AnythingLLM, just click that little gear icon for the settings. You're going to tell it you want to use Ollama as your provider, and then you just type in llama 3.2, the exact name of the model we just downloaded. Hit save, and that's it. They're connected. And here's what that settings page looks like. See, you're just selecting Ollama from the dropdown and typing in the model name. As soon as you save this, AnythingLLM knows exactly who to pass the books to when you ask a question. All right, the final big step. We need to give our AI its memories. You can literally just drag and drop entire folders of documents right into your workspace. Go ahead, add your PDFs, your text files, your notes from other apps. The system will start this process called embedding, which is just a fancy way of saying it's reading and creating a super smart index of everything, so it can find stuff in a flash. And this is your new command center. That big button on the bottom is where all the magic happens. Start dropping your files and folders in there. Once they're uploaded, your personal AI is officially online and ready to go. Now, you're probably wondering, how much stuff can this thing actually handle? Well, the system has something called a context window, which is kind of like its short-term memory for a conversation. And the capacity we're dealing with here is a whopping
256,000 tokens. That is huge.
And just to put that into perspective for you, even after loading it up with dozens of really dense documents, we're talking essays, legal docs, entire book chapters, you'd probably still only be using about half of that capacity. This chart shows just how much headroom you have to keep adding more and more knowledge to your AI's library. It's not even going to break a sweat.
Okay, look, having an AI that knows all your documents is incredible. But what if? What if it could also have a specific voice, maybe even a personality? This is where we go from a simple search tool to a real creative partner. You can do this with something called a voice lock. In the settings, you can actually give your AI a persona. You can tell it, hey, use short, punchy sentences. You can give it a kind of heartbeat rhythm with repetition. You can even give it a core philosophy, like telling it to always pivot away from a problem and towards a solution. Look at this beautiful example. Pivot from ache to the soil keeps regenerating.
And this is the real game changer. All of a sudden, you're not just asking questions to a database of your own files, you're actually having a conversation with an intelligence that doesn't just have your memories, it can reflect your style, your values, your way of thinking right back at you. It really does become an extension of you.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint. All the tools are free, the process is totally doable, and the result is a completely private, personalized AI. Your life's work, your notes, all your collected wisdom, it's all in there, it's alive, and it's ready to talk. So the only question left is, what are you going to ask it first?